Now, with the tax deadline just a little over a month away, the pressure is on for procrastinators who still have not filed their taxes. And if you're one of those people who are waiting to the last minute, financial professional Ray Ream, owner of Cottonwood Associates, has a few tips for us this morning. So good morning, Ray. Always good to have you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah. So first thing, what is a good strategy that people need to keep in mind when they're filing their taxes, especially on the later side?
Well, during this time of year, we're extremely busy. We're not an accounting firm and we don't do 1040s, but we help people reduce the amount of taxes they pay by setting up IRAs and SEP IRAs and KIOs. And every time they put a contribution in there, they can deduct that from their gross income.
Sure.
So it lowers the amount of taxes they pay, plus it builds their retirement savings.
And that's always a good thing.
You bet.
Now, the tax deadline is a little bit later this year than normal. Kind of explain what people should know about that.
Well, that's because the tax day, which was April 15th, actually lands on a Saturday this year. So our federal government and the Internal Revenue Service, I hope they don't hear this, has decided to push it back.
Okay.
Now, they didn't push it to Monday because Monday's Emancipation Day in Washington, D.C. And so they pushed it to Tuesday, April 18th.
Okay. And so, because they have a couple extra days, what is the number one thing that procrastinators should know when they're putting those taxes together?
Well, the one thing they want to make sure of is that they have their Social Security number correct. All right?
Yes.
A lot of people actually forget it and they don't put it on there. And that's so very important.
Absolutely. And what is the deadline to ask for an extension?
Well, the deadline is the actual filing day.
Okay.
So you have to file for your extension no later than April 18th.
Okay.
And if you're filing because you just don't think you have the money to pay right now, you better think again, because guess what? You must pay your estimated tax now.
Okay.
And then they'll give you an additional 6 months to pay, you know, to actually file your 1040.
And is there a fee that goes with that extension?
Well, there could be
Okay.
if you file that extension late.
Okay.
And then if you pay late, you have another fee, a late payment fee, which can be very, very high, as much as 50% more than what you owe.
Sure. And now we have a graphic to show that's going to talk about some of the benefits of filing early. So things that you should be aware of maybe for next year if you wait a little too long. So the first one is you'll get your refund quicker.
Yeah, you will get your refund a lot quicker. Plus, you're being very careful. If you file early, then a scammer can't file right after you because the IRS is certainly going to pick that up as well. So the earlier you file, the sooner you get the money. Plus, so many people are e-filing through their accounting firms or whoever prepares their taxes, and it's a lot easier to really e-file. And then you can even have it deposited in your checking account.
Yeah, and that's another benefit too of filing early. So there's a couple
Absolutely.
different things. And I guess the last thing, where do you go if you do want to file online?
Well, you can go right, I usually go to my accounting firm, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
But you can go right online as well, and you can file your return, you know, on the IRS website. So you can e-file with one of several tax filing companies, depending on your annual salary. Some of these sites will allow you to file your state and your federal taxes at the same time.
All right, so a lot of good benefits. You can get direct deposit and, of course, track your return. So maybe if people wait a little too long for all that stuff, they'll know ahead for next year.
And one more thing to add, be careful of scammers calling you on the phone and saying, this is the IRS and you owe us money. Don't give them your credit card. Don't do anything because, number one, the IRS will never call you on the phone.
Gotcha.
They will only communicate by mail.
All right.
Always. So be careful of anybody calling you on the phone and saying, you owe us money.
All right, some very important information, Ray. We always appreciate having on here some good tips. And you can find all this information on our website, WKBN.com, along with a link to Cottonwood Associates to learn any more information that you need to know. All right, thank you so much, Ray.
My
Always
pleasure.
good to have you.
My pleasure. Thank you.